Welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on the internet at regionsports.com, facebook.com/regionsports, and youtube.com/regionsports. We come to you today from Chesterton High School as Region Sports Network presents coverage of a Doolin boys basketball showdown as the Michigan City Wolves travel to take on the Chesterton Trojans. I'm Andrew Mild. I have the play-by-play for tonight's broadcast, and joining me with the color analysis is Doug Nelson. Good evening, Doug.
Andrew, always great to see you, and I'm excited to see where your future goes with the Real Cats and all that exciting stuff. But it's going to be a doozy here tonight, and what a great spot for Doolin basketball tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, Doug, it is absolutely packed out in here. That's what happens when Chesterton has had so much success in their basketball program. And this year, they lost 5 seniors heading into the season, and they relied really on 2 of them, that being Tyler Parrish and Justin Sims. And, Doug, Justin Sims was in street clothes during warm-ups. He is not going to play tonight.
Yeah, they have Nathan Nix inside, the other senior. He's going to step up and probably play a lot of minutes tonight. But, yeah, when you have the program that Coach Urban has built, it's next man up. There's no one's going to feel bad for you. So someone's got to step up in a big way, and we'll see who's going to fill those shoes tonight.
Well, he's really relied on Logan Percorny and TJ Ray to really step up, the 2 sophomores. But for Michigan City, they had a question mark heading into this game as their star player, Alan Briggs, had suffered an ankle injury in the first half in their loss to Portage. He's in tonight, but what's that going to mean for the rest of the Michigan City team?
Well, it's like you said, big time Anthony Murphy stepped up in the last game, had 12 points, or he comes in averaging 12 points, and again, it's in the same spot. You're talking about Doolin Conference basketball. Coach Wells, who's been doing it a long time, 2 wins short of 400 wins for Coach Wells. So this isn't his first rodeo. He's going to have this figured out, and he's got guys bought in over there in Michigan City, and it's just figuring it out and putting the ball in the hole.
Coach Wells goes into his 770th game as head coach for 4 different programs in the past 35 years. We are going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and DAC basketball here from Chesterton, Indiana, as you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Hey, welcome back. We're in Chesterton, Indiana, where there's less than a minute before we will get the starting lineups for both the Michigan City Wolves and the Chesterton Trojans. Andrew Mile with Doug Nelson. And as a friendly reminder that the Thursday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast, it's 38 degrees and partly cloudy, as electric heating and cooling is keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. And Doug, for me, it was nice to see the sun come out today and seeing a lot of gloomy days as we get into February, and the last month of regular season ball. March is right around the corner, and both these teams, they want to see success when it comes to the postseason.
Yeah, and we've seen Chesterton's used to it, and so is Coach Wells of Michigan City. I believe what Coach has won 4 sectionals in as many spots that he's been at. So these are 2 programs that are used to winning, that they expect to win. So right about now, they're starting to write things in the right direction and get things ready for the postseason, like you said.
Before we get to our national anthem and starting lineups, tonight we would like to recognize our senior, Justin Sims, accompanied by his parents.
So right now they're recognizing senior Justin Sims, and you see right there He's in street clothes. He's being honored as the 8th Chesterton Trojan all-time in program history. He scored 1,000 points. 7th is Tyler Parrish will be in the starting lineup for the Trojans. And for Justin Sims, he'll be going to Marion next year down in Indianapolis, right across the street from Butler. And the coach down there, Scott Heedy, well, I got to say, Doug, he's got himself a good one.
Absolutely. He's got so much upside. He's going to get in the weight room and really spend some time in the gym. And he's a guy that might spend a year there and go up from there. You know, you never know what the way colleges are. But I'm just happy for him and excited for his family. What a great opportunity.
Me and Doug are going to step aside for the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Who is a member of Miss Evans' class and a player in tonight's Alley-Oop for Awareness game. He will be accompanied by the award-winning CHS Pep Band under the direction of Vince Arizzi.
By Artie, as Doug, we got to see the Chesterton fans get into it even before the game as they had their alley-oop game, and I had to say I had a lot of fun watching them.
Oh, that's a special. Hey, kudos to Chesterton Athletic Department and their high school and their staff for doing that. That's a special evening for these guys, and that might have just made their lifetime. You know, what an amazing night, and two guys we saw do the national anthem did an amazing job. So what a great start to the evening, huh?
I don't know about you, but you couldn't catch me singing the national anthem. Those are some brave young men that went out there and did that.
They got some guts.
As we're seeing our starting lineups, it's Anthony Murphy, Alan Briggs, Adrian Holly, Andrew Vicari, and Keegan Cowgill. That's the starting lineup for the Michigan City Wolves. They come in at 8-7 on the year, 5-4 at home, 2-2 on the road, and 1-1 on neutral grounds. They're coached by Tom Wells. As we mentioned, he's 2 wins away from 400 career wins as a head coach, all here in the region with Griffith, Portage, and LaPorte. LaPorte, he left the program after 2017, took a 2-year hiatus, came back to Michigan City, and he says in an interview the other day, pieces are falling into the right place, and these boys, they're messing up his retirement plans.
Tom Wells, I was at Portage when he was there as a head coach. I was an assistant with the girls program under Renee Turpa, and just a great guy, really was. He's a very personable guy. He's really a player-friendly guy, and I'm just glad he's still at it. He's good for the kids.
Well, he's going to have to go up against this starting lineup for the Chesterton Trojans. Tyler Parrish at the point guard, Tobias Ray at the 2, Jalen Watts at the 3. Rob Charnetsky is going to get a start. And as you mentioned, Doug, Nathan Nix, they call him the enforcer around here. This kid is not afraid to bump bodies down low.
Well, they don't have much depth behind him, especially with Sims, being out tonight. So let's see if he can stay out of foul trouble, and and see if Michigan City can kind of run him and see how much depth that Chesterton has right now.
And before we get started, this isn't the only game going on in the region. The Strack and Vantil scoreboard will provide you with an update all night long with other games going on again around the region. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. So here we go. Doing the jump is going to be Adrian Holly for Michigan City. He'll go up against Nathan Nix. Nathan Nix at 6'5". Adrian Holly also 6'5", but Adrian Holly, not only known for his basketball, but also a very good football player. So here we go.
Real quick, the officials tonight, Danny Escalante, Christian Flores, and Brian Speck. Really good crew here. Andrew, we're going to be in good hands tonight.
Well, here we go. Michigan City wins the initial jump ball, so the arrow will point towards Chesterton.
You know, they're going to come out in their hand man-to-man. That's hard-nosed, Andrew. Sorry.
Saw them run a lot of zone in the JV game. Maybe we'll see that later on. His attacking is Alan Briggs. He's getting guarded tightly by Charnetsky. He picks up his dribble, gets out to Holly. Holly not known for his three-point shooting. He went to attack, but he's going to get tagged with the travel.
Yeah, those are one of the categories. If you want to watch, Andrew, watch a game, who wins the turnover battle, who makes more free throws, and who gets more offensive rebounds. You win those 3 games within the game, you're going to win the big game.
Well, one thing you also got to look at, too, Doug, is that Michigan City in the last game against Portage did not make a single 3. Meanwhile, for Chesterton, they shoot around 34% from behind the arc. That's excellent.
That's
threes.
Very good for a high school team.
TJ Ray a little off by Charnetsky with the offensive rebound. The best hair in the state. Did you call that a mullet?
That would be a mullet.
That's a mullet.
Party in the front, business on top, right?
The 3, a deep one there from Parrish, a little off. Parrish usually a knockdown three-point shooter, and they're going to get I believe they call a foul on Michigan City. No, just out of bounds.
No, sorry, party in the back, right?
Party in the business in the front, party in the back.
You know how much I know about mullet with my bald head. So.
Yeah, I could never grow hair like that, so I might be envious for the rest of the game. But I just have to put that out there.
Yeah.
Bounce pass in to TJ Ray. He'll take it back out and get it to Parrish. Got to be careful when Parrish gets a screen. He's not afraid to shoot it from the parking lot. Crossover, kick it into the corner to Jalen Watts. Getting guarded tightly by Alan Briggs. Taking their time is Chesterton. Pump fake, here's the shot, and that rolls out. Tyler Parrish claps his hands in frustration as he gets back on defense.
He can also take it to the hole and put it down with 1 or 2 hands, so he's a great asset to have off that ball screen.
Briggs tosses it up and doesn't hit anything. Heavily contested by Parrish, so couldn't make the shot on the other end, but makes up for it with some excellent defense. No score. As we get close to 2 minutes, here's a deep 3, and that's going to hit everything, and Watts ends up with the rebound. Good hustle there. Parrish to Ray. Ray is wide open, and Ray can't convert.
That's that offensive rebound battle. Same one. You got to win those.
Adrian Holly, number 5 on Michigan City, had a good game last time. Here's a 3, and that's knocked down. Andrew Vakari, the 6'1 senior guard, who hit 2 threes against Portage in their loss by 8 in the last timeout. Gets Michigan City on the board first.
And Chesterton's got to do a better job keeping the ball in front of you. You can't drive and kick, and help all night against Michigan City. They're going to break you down.
It's amazing to me how basketball has really evolved, really spreading out the floor, and how these high school kids can be knockdown shooters.
Yep.
Ray going inside, though, and the bad pass to Charnetsky, and it's stolen by Murphy. Murphy had 18 points all in the second half. Vakari going for another 3, but that triple wasn't even close. That was called a heat check. Runner, no. And there's Nix. Battle for the rebound. Body's hitting the floor.
Great
and
hustle.
Michigan City wins it.
Yeah, great hustle by the Wolves there.
Murphy versus Watts. And they're going to call a carry on Anthony Murphy. Doug, it's been so long since I've seen one of those called. I had to remind myself what that was.
Yeah. You thought he was reaching in his pocket for something, huh? No, again, I'm glad they did call it because they watch it on TV and they get away with it there. So.
Well, 5:10 to go in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Michigan City. And so far, right now, just Chesterton can't knock down their open looks.
Well, City's staying in that 2-3 zone.
Here's a 3. Parrish misses. Parrish, 7th Trojan all time to score 1,000 points. So far, he is 0 for 4 from the field.
Yeah, Michigan City's going to dare him to hit that all night.
Briggs loses the ball. It's picked up by Holly, and Holly loses the ball. Parrish on a fast break goes behind the back. That was nice. but good defense by Cowgill to get back and slow down the Chesterton attack.
Just a little sloppy here start, right? Only 3 points scored in about 4 minutes.
Watts for three. Watts hits the tray ball, and we're tied.
Yeah, still about 2 field goals here, about halfway through the first quarter.
Jalen Watts, a good shooter, brings some high energy, a 3-and-D guy. As Chesterton's looking to see some players step up tonight. Maybe it's going to be Jalen Watts without Sims playing. Up and under. Murphy can't get it. Tries to clean up the mess. Can't get it. And then he knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle there by Anthony Murphy. But Chesterton's defense too strong, as we'll have a brief equipment timeout for Nathan Nix. Gotta double bow that.
Yeah, you got to double knot that. As a PE teacher back in the day, you just keep going. It might be a triple knot. The kid would say, no, Mom doesn't want me to have to undo that. Well, I don't want to see it all night, so keep going.
Chesterton Trojans 10-6 on the year. And it's really been an up-and-down kind of season for Chesterton. They start off the season 3-0. You see Parrish stepping back, getting into the corner. That's Anthony Gonzalez, and Gonzalez can't hit the shot. Briggs pushing, Briggs losing. Parrish in the corner, attacking baseline. They're going to get a foul on Cowgill. But for the Chesterton Trojans, getting back to that, Doug, they started off the season 3-0. Then they wanted to lose 3 of their next 4, win 2, then lose 3 of their next 4 after that. But they've won their last 2 games, getting them to 10-6.
They play a really tough schedule.
Nice pass, and it leads to a bucket and one for James Sutton, who just checked in and making his impact felt after 1 play.
Yeah, their strength of schedule sets them up for the postseason, and like you're saying with the record during the regular season, outside of Duneland Conference games, it doesn't benefit you. You know what I mean? It's all about getting ready for those conference games and then in the postseason. So that's what that tough schedule, that's going to get Chesterton and Reggie ready to go.
Mark Urban, the head coach of the Chesterton team, 152-43 after taking over the reins a few seasons ago. Took them all the way to the state finals. But they went 29-1. Their one loss to Mishawaka in the Cathedral in the championship game.
Yeah, loaded Cathedral team.
Ball poked away, and Gonzalez is going to step on the line. The referee points towards Michigan City's side. 5-3 to score, 3:22 to go. Chesterton leading on their home floor. Still some fans filing in on this senior night as Chesterton honored Tyler Parrish, Justin Sims, and Nathan Nix. Michigan City looking to get started. So far, their only bucket was a 3 from Andrew Vakari.
Yeah, they're trying to post them up. We got a little clear out, a little size advantage for Michigan City.
Murphy getting double teamed, have to get it to Briggs. Briggs the leading scorer. He's out of control, and Holly can't get it. And there's a save, ball being batted around, and that's going to go out on Nix.
A little sloppy start. I know we had a long JV game and a special evening for the special education kids, but I think just messed things up a little bit as far as timing, right? And then the seniors were announced, so the kids are a little out of sync right now.
Pull-up jumper from 15 feet, and it's missed by Briggs, and then his hand gets caught in the cookie jar, going for the steal there. That will already be the 3rd foul on Michigan City, the 1st on Briggs.
Got to have some discipline here. Play through this stuff, right? The ball will eventually start going in. You got to play through this.
Well, Michigan City going with a soft press right here, trying to slow down Tyler Parrish. But they move it around the perimeter. Gonzalez thought about taking the 3 there, but he's going to reset. Some good defense there by Isaiah Smoot. Parrish driving, and he leaves it off to the right. And Anthony Murphy trying to push it down the floor, gets it to Briggs. Ball on the ground, and wide open down low
nice
was Smoot, and Smoot is going to hit the 2. As for a moment there, the ball was on the ground. They had to regain it, and he muscled up, showing off his big boy strength.
Good extra pass again.
Parrish, 3, Parrish, good! He felt it out of the hand. He was confident that one was going to go in, and it sure did.
He's going to need a big night tonight.
Especially without Justin Sims playing in this contest. Here's the attack by Briggs to Holly, and Holly is having a hard time holding on to the basketball. He goes up with the left hand, and it's too strong.
Yeah, I don't like that shot. His momentum was going out, to the side rather than to the rim. That's hard to make that shot.
Adrian Holly, a big guy. You notice his presence when he's out there. He actually racked up 7 sacks for Michigan City football this past season and got a good amount of offers coming his way. Gonzalez out to Parrish, same spot as last time, and Tyler Parrish has scored the last 6 points for Chesterton. Yeah, I know that at some point he was going to get hot, but you can't leave in that sort of space, Doug.
Yeah, we got Michigan City might eventually have to come out of that 2-3 zone. Right now they're just moving the ball around.
Smoot has shot to turd by Nix, but there's Adrian Holly cleaning it up.
Great finish, great follow.
But for Adrian Holly, those schools, Wisconsin, Purdue, IU, and Cincinnati.
Wow.
That kid's got a future on the gridiron.
He's got long arm. He's a big, lanky kid, isn't he? He's like you said about the other kids. We said he'll get in the weight room and just get bigger and better.
Nice pass by Nix to set up James Sutton. And for the second time already, James Sutton is going to go to the line for an and one opportunity.
And City's already got 4 team fouls, and Chesterton's still sitting at 0. So
some line changes coming in.
Yeah, showing off that depth a little bit. You're trying to make it to use the time and then use the quarter change as well. Get your starters back in at the beginning of the second quarter.
When Nix checks out after the nice pass, and Caden Schneider comes in. He's listed at 6'7", and he's a sophomore forward.
Another big guy.
And that rolls out. Schneider has his hand on the ball, but it's Adrian Holly jumping over everybody to bring that one down and corral it. 13-7 for Chesterton. And there's a block by Watts. Watts just checked back in, and he gets a block on Murphy. And you can see the body language of Anthony Murphy. He seemed to be a bit frustrated having that shot blocked from behind.
Yeah, Parrish coming in, a little offense-defense here. Maybe hold it for one shot. Yeah, he might have got fouled there, do you think? It's hard coming from that angle to get a clean block. But, yeah, Chesterton might hold the ball out here for one shot.
Yeah, 25 seconds. Tyler Parrish, as Doug mentioned, went out, now back in. He's directing traffic. Senior captain of this squad, especially without Justin Sims. He's going to his left. Not sure where Parrish is going to go for college, but he's going to shoot from behind the volleyball line, and that's too strong. Rebound, tossed back up by Schneider, and Michigan City might be able to toss one up from half court. Here comes a prayer from Murphy. No, off the back rim as the first quarter comes to an end. As Chesterton leads it 13-7 on their home gym. As all the fans say, onward Trojans. And we go onward to a commercial break as you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
And you're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports, youtube.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com. Doug Nelson, the color commentator, Andrew Mild on the play-by-play as we head into the second period of play. And so far, it's been a defensive matchup between Chesterton and Michigan City in this DAC matchup. Michigan City will start off with the basketball as they feed it down low. Here comes a three, and it's offline. The shot there by Nicholas Stewart. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will belong to the Wolves.
weird flow to that first quarter, Andrew.
Yeah, I agree.
Wasn't it? I mean, it's 13-7. That's some decent amount of points, but just a weird flow. Like I said, Chesterton had 0 team fouls. City got to the bonus, but it's just odd. I would like to see their shooting percentage. Nobody shot it very well there.
You got to wonder with them starting about 30 minutes late has to play a factor into that. As Adrian Holly jumps up, and Adrian Holly's shot rolls out, and they're going to call a jump ball, and that's easy for us to tell you. That's going to go to Chesterton.
Yeah, he's going to. You don't want to go against Holly in a jump ball situation. He might take your arm with it.
I'll tell you one thing. If Adrian Holly's attacking the lane, I do not want to be down there trying to take a charge.
Maybe think about that charge.
Yeah, a brick wall is coming your way at a very fast rate.
That is a life decision.
But usually here in the state, games start around 7 o'clock. Tonight's game started at 7:30 with the JV game running long. And then they had the alley-oop game for special awareness going on as Cowgill gets the steal. Murphy runs into a wall, kicks it out. Cowgill trying to attack. But both sides seem like they were out of sync in that first quarter as there's another three from Stewart, and it goes long. Parrish with the rebound, ball poked out, and it's going to go off of Parrish. Parrish not agreeing with the call with the referee down low. But for Terrence McCray, he's going to get credit with the hustle play there.
Yeah, they had the Coach Urban didn't agree with that, of course, but the officials talked it over, and Brian out here was screened out, so they had to go with the call.
Here's a three from Murphy, and that's way off. Murphy's just not feeling it. You can see it in his body language that he's frustrated and not sure what's going on, but he's got to make some adjustments if Michigan City wants to win. Nice pass into the corner. T.J. Ray hits a three. Pure.
Yeah, again, if you're City, you got to keep the ball in front of you. That, like you said, that's such a big part of the game right now with just spreading out the court.
Positionless basketball, as they would say. Michigan City trying to set up their offense. They've really been out of sync so far. They've only been able to score 7 points. Smoot calling for the play. Smoot being guarded by Ray, who just knocked down the tray ball. And they get into the corner, and ball knocked out by Parrish, who claps his hands and gets some high fives from his teammates sitting on the bench.
Yeah, that's just getting those tips, right? Those deflections mess up the rhythm of the offense. It doesn't always have to be a steal going the other way. Just mess up the flow like we've been seeing here so far.
I'll tell you what, Doug. Tyler Parrish makes every player on the opposing side known that he has the ball. They have to play up on him because of his limitless range. But there you saw him attack, make a nice pass to T.J. Ray for the three to make it a 9-point game. And that's what Coach Urban said. When Tyler is making the right decisions, we win ball games. He made a great decision right there.
Yeah, I think each of the 7 coaches in the Duneland that have to face Chesterton will be at his open house, being very happy that he's finally gone out of Chesterton.
There's a shot, but the foul was before the shot occurred. So that will already be the second foul on Chesterton. We have a substitution coming in, Alan Briggs. And for Briggs, it's all about his ability to attack the basket. You watch the highlight film, he has every move in his bag. He can stop and go. He has great footwork. It's talking about good footwork. Some good moves there by Keegan Cowgill to get the friendly roll for 2.
That was a really nice move, and like he said, that all started with your feet. Nice look, and sometimes you got to go back to the well. Start close, and those threes will eventually start going in.
Chesterton leading by 7 after the bucket. Jalen Watts already hit a 3. Can he do it again? He can! Another tray ball for Chesterton. They're up by 10.
Yeah, they just have a lot of weapons.
A lot of guys that can shoot the rock. Mark Urban has to be happy the way his team's looking early on, especially saw off this month of February, and yet another foul. And for Nathan Nix, he's not happy with it. He clapped his hands in frustration, was looking down the referee who made the call from behind the basket. You can tell that Nathan Nix plays with his heart on his sleeve. He is fired up right now.
Yeah, his father's Jeff Nix, a long-time, very good official who's done state championships, but Nathan got his hands caught in the cookie jar a little bit. He's reaching instead of playing with your feet.
Inbound pass and the shot by Vakari. He's now up to 5 points. He scored the first bucket of the game, hitting a corner 3. As there's still some fans piling in. The student section really piling up over there. And then you have the band behind. Parrish, 3, off, but he hits the ground. They're going to get a foul on Terrence McCray. And Doug, I love that little sportsmanship there from McCray, helping up Tyler Parrish. That's a sign of respect.
Yeah, that's good sportsmanship, and they appreciate it. You got to give him a spot to land. Coach Wells didn't like the late call, the tardiness of the call. It was a little late, but you got to give him a spot to land. And Tyler, like you said, he's crafty. He's going to find ways to find contact and get to the free throw line. He kind of gave a smirk to the crowd as if to say, yeah, I kind of got away with that one there.
Well, I tell you what, Doug, when I was watching Tyler Parrish's film prepping for this game, he reminded me of another region rat that scored 1,000 points in his career, actually a coach now at Purdue. Reminded me a lot of Sasha Stefanovic out of Crown Point.
Yeah, Tyler's shooting release is a little lower than Sasha. Sasha shot it really high. You see Tyler shoots it kind of from his chest there, a little bit right from his nose, but and Sasha's a little bit bigger, isn't he?
I believe he's taller than 6'3". I believe Sasha was at 6'6" when he went to Purdue.
Yeah.
Vakari can't hit the shot, but an offensive rebound from Murphy and the Wolves. Murphy trying to attack. Murphy has the ball poked away. Man, oh man, Chesterton's defense is stifling Michigan City so far.
Yeah, they're just playing with a lot of energy right now on the defensive end.
Parrish to the corner. Gonzalez with the move down the baseline. Another nice pass. One more pass. Ray, a little bit off. Some good ball movement there from Chesterton.
Yeah, that's
doesn't result in 3.
Yeah, great shot selection. It's there. It's in rhythm. Just didn't go.
Well, Michigan City trying to find some answers on offense. As both Murphy and Briggs have been awfully quiet, and that is an errant pass that gets poked away by Chesterton. But Doug, you said it earlier, Chesterton doing an excellent job getting their hands in the passing lanes. Not only that, but whenever they see a Michigan City Wolves turn their back, you're going to see a white jersey streaking that way to try and poke it away and see if they can get a steal.
Well, as always, as long as Coach Urban's been here, their defensive end intensity is I think that's what I've always said, is Coach Urban's teams play harder than other teams. That's what gets you wins at this level. And for the most part, that's what he's had. And that shows really a lot on the defensive end.
Well, Coach Urban knew there was going to be a sort of rebuilding year, as he had a very young team, 5 sophomores coming in after 5 seniors graduated last year. But he's had a couple guys step up at the right times as Briggs makes a nice move, gets to the cup, and then puts it in for 2. He's on the board.
Well, I think you guys got like Picorni, he's a shooter from the corner, and Ray, another shooter. He's gotten sophomores lining up. It's just doing it on this level, right? There's a big difference, and you played DAC baseball, Andrew. There's a big difference between JV and varsity level. It's just different. The lights are a little brighter, right, for the varsity games.
All I have to do is watch the movie Hoosiers one time, and you understand what basketball means in this state. This is a long tray ball, and it didn't hit anything, but for Chesterton, they've been sort of sloppy. Well, actually, no, the foul was on Michigan City.
Yeah,
I thought maybe he was going to get pinned on Chesterton there.
No, it was a push from behind on McCray.
So that's the second foul on Michigan City, as the referees are waiting for the substitution to come in. It's McCray going out, who picked up a couple of fouls. Both fouls in this quarter have been on him. Adrian Hawley back in. Watts going to bring the ball up as Michigan City is going for the press. Watts going, and Watts going to get charged with the charge. 4th foul on Chesterton in the second quarter. Michigan City forces the Chesterton turnover. Haven't seen too many of those so far.
No, they're usually pretty efficient with the basketball.
Eddie Riordan is in, and TJ Ray back in.
Man, Chesterton's showing a lot of depth tonight. There's guys playing that. We've had them 2 or 3 times. These are some of these guys I haven't even seen on the floor yet.
Looking for a spark from one of these guys coming in, as there is another foul on Chesterton. That's already 5, and there's 3:32 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah.
That was our last foul to give.
Shooting 2.
And for Michigan City, they wouldn't mind seeing some of these Chesterton guys get into foul trouble. And actually, now they're going to change it to Michigan City going to the line.
Yeah, that's the 5th team foul. but they're just hard to keep in front of you. You know, they're hard to contain with your feet.
Well, Alan Briggs is going to go for the 2 free throws, and he knocks it down. That's not a guy you want to see get hot. He made a layup just a few minutes ago. Now he's at the line, and a lot of good coaches will tell you when you're starting to struggle shooting the basketball, get yourself fouled, get to the line, and readjust. Feel your mechanics get back into sync again.
Yeah, sometimes just seeing the ball go through the net, you know, that just changes a lot.
Well, that Chesterton band's not making it very easy for him to focus.
No, they're one of the better bands around, aren't they?
Gotta love it. There's nothing better than a high school gym that's packed full of crazy Indiana basketball fans, and you add the band, y'all ready to go. There's no better atmosphere, I would say, in the rest of the country.
Jeez.
And that is a clear foul on Isaiah Smoot.
He got a grab there.
Yeah, grabbed TJ Ray's arm as TJ Ray put him through the spin cycle.
Yeah. See, Chesterton, again, they're pretty deep in their bench here. Parrish on the bench. You got a 7-point lead. You can try to rest those guys as long as you can.
Yeah, not seen too much of Parrish. And with no Justin Sims, yeah, I think it's going to be TJ Ray's game right now.
You got Ray and Picorni. I'm telling you, they shoot the lights out from the corners. Moving screen.
And another foul. That's 6 on Chesterton. As they pin that one on Anthony Gonzalez, the 5'10 junior guard. And it's been a completely different second quarter from the first quarter. In the first quarter, you saw Chesterton playing very clean defense, not making too many mental errors. But, Doug, those fouls are racking up pretty quickly.
Yeah, again, that's lack of discipline. You just got to play clean and proficient. What happened here was the sub came in too early. No one called him in. He's in now. He's on the bench, but now they're all set.
So far, so good for the referees.
Yeah.
Doing a good job.
Again, we got a really good crew, and they're going to keep things under control tonight.
They must have heard it's game night in the region.
Absolutely.
Here on the Region Sports Network. Ball goes out of bounds, and Michigan City continues to make mistakes offensively. They scored 7 points in the first quarter and just 8 here in the second quarter. But, again, they're in the bonus. So if they can get some defensive fouls on Chesterton, they can get back to the line and cut into that lead.
Yeah, they're going to pick up a full-court press here, a little 1-2-1-1 action.
Here comes Charnetsky. Charnetsky going up, and Charnetsky has hit everything but the bottom of the net. Yeah, Michigan City catches a break there.
Whoa,
yeah.
Carry another turnover. You got to take care of the basketball, but on the other end, he kind of came in from a shallow angle, didn't he? He was kind of a little too close. Parrish is coming back in.
Yeah, Vicari was the one that committed the travel there. He caught the ball, sped himself up, and that led to the unforced error on Michigan City. But Chesterton will continue to take those as we go along in this broadcast. Andrew Miles, Doug Nelson from Chesterton, Indiana. Happy that you're joining us. Parrish gets the screen out to Riordan. Haven't heard Riordan's name too much, as again, he's getting some minutes as Coach Urban going deep into his bench for the yellow and maroon. TJ Ray dribbles it out. They'd like to set their screen. Here's Riordan. Riordan with a good release, but just left it short. Michigan City with the push, but the ball was poked away. A nice steal there. It looked like TJ Ray was the one that knocked it away from Briggs. And right now, Michigan City, they just got to slow down offensively. And speaking about slowing down offensively, there's a turnover. Holly, Euro step. Holly can't put it in. Holly with the rebound, and he does on his second attempt. It's a 5-point game with just about 100 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, if you would ask Coach Wells the way they're playing right now, they're not playing very well. And to be within 5, they're going to be pretty happy.
Well, it's one way to respond. Get it to your best scorer, Tyler Parrish, and let him show off. Not only is he a good three-point shooter, but he's excellent underneath the basket. Ball knocked away. Holly loses it going up, and Coach Wells for Michigan City wants a foul. He has his hands up in the air, smacking his right wrist with his left hand.
Yeah, he wanted. I don't think there was any contact there. I think he just lost control of the ball.
Nix attacking. Nix with the pump fake gets 2 Wolves into the air and kicks it back out. TJ Ray with the left hand spins at the free throw line. They send it around into the corner to Eddie Riordan. Parrish going to reset the offense with under a minute, and for a moment just briefly loses the basketball. Good defense from Alan Briggs. Briggs lost Parrish for a moment, but good help there from Holly. And here's a pull-up from the mid-range. No. Rebound by Nix. Nix can't put it in.
You got to finish that. You see Nix is gasping. He's tired out there right now.
Nix almost committed the foul there, but good body control to get away. But once again, Michigan City, another turnover. A lot next to the two letters, T-O. That's usually right next to it, to the left of it. You want a low number.
Yeah.
Here's Parrish down the lane. He tried to dunk it, but Adrian Holly says no good. But then Holly loses it and kicks it. And you don't want to see Parrish get hurt. He seems to be okay. They already lost Justin Sims. We're not sure what happened to him, but he never even warmed up. And a foul on Vicari. It's his second. Fourth on Michigan City. Their last to give, but there's 9.8 seconds left.
Yeah, Parrish was looking at the poster of the entire Michigan City roster with that dunk, but
I think Parrish is trying to get on SportsCenter tonight with that dunk attempt.
That one was a nice tomahawk, but again, he lost it on the way up. Big possession here.
6 seconds. There's a screen by Chernetsky. Ray going with the left. 1 second. Here's a three from Gonzalez, and it's not going to go. An open look from Anthony Gonzalez. He cannot convert. And we're through one half of play. The Chesterton Trojans lead it by 7 points, as we are going to take a break, and we'll come back for a brief halftime show as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, youtube.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, stew, and a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of service, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
And we are back as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Andrew Mild with Doug Nelson. As Doug, we saw a first half that was a bit sloppy for both sides. A lot of turnovers, a lot of unnecessary fouls. How can both sides clean it up going into that second half?
Well, I think it cleaned up. It got a little better in the second quarter. I think, like you said, we can have 100 excuses with the delay in the start. Both starting lineups a little in flux with Sims being out and Michigan City didn't know if they were going to be all healthy, but just like I said, the rhythm was weird. The flow of the game was odd, but it picked up, and again, things help when the ball goes in the hole.
And one person that was putting the ball in the hole consistently was Tyler Parrish. He got off to about a 0 for 4, 0 for 5 start, but after that he really settled in, hit some clutch threes, attacked the basket, made some nice passes. Tyler Parrish could walk away with the superhero player of the game. That, of course, is sponsored by Crowell Companies. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies, the business professionals. And for Michigan City, they're looking for someone that can consistently put the ball into the cup, as both Anthony Murphy and Alan Briggs seem like they really didn't have their shooting touch heading into this contest.
No, again, one way to do that, sometimes your best offense is a really good defense. Coach Wells picked it up and played full court there, trapped a little bit. Like you said, they sped him up just a little bit, a couple times up and down the floor, and they might have to do that to find a way to find some empty, some easy transition points, because that Chesterton defense, like you mentioned, they're hard to get through. Right, and I know they got a little bit of foul trouble that second quarter, but they play very great pack line defense. They protect the rim, and they force you to beat you from the outside.
Not only, we also have the play of the game, which we'll also give out at the end of the game. And for me, in that first half, it's a very strong contender going to the second half. I have to give it to Adrian Holly for that block. Adrian Holly, known for his defense on the gridiron and on the basketball floor. Adrian Holly, he had 4 blocks in their loss against Portage. He's averaging a block and a half a game. They're going to need him to continue to play that defense in the second half. Yeah,
again, it comes your best offense is a really good defense, and sometimes you need somebody to step up and make plays. Right? It comes down to there's a saying, it's not the Jimmys and or it's not the X's and O's, it's the Jimmys and Joes. Somebody's got to man up and make some plays and put some points on the board.
Well, we're going to step aside once again as we're under 5 minutes to go until the second half will start. So don't go anywhere as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.
And we welcome you back as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports, youtube.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com. As you see there, not only is it senior night for the men's basketball players, but also for the cheerleaders. do an excellent job of getting the crowd hyped up. But we're going to send it over to Doug Nelson, who has this scoreboard update, which is brought to you by Strack and Van Til. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com.
Real quick, a few scores. Westville over Portage Christian, 80-24. Kankakee Valley, 53. Hobart, 47. Hebron, 72. Washington Township, 45. So Hebron keeps rolling from their PCC title championship last week. That was a fun Saturday at Boone Grove, wasn't it? Or sorry, Monday, wasn't it, with the weather. Hanover Central, 51. Highland, 37. And Valpo over LaPorte, 62-61 in the DAC nail-biter. That's with no easy nights in the Doolin, guys. It's going to be tough, but that's our Strack and Van Til scoreboard update.
Yeah, last game is going to be a good one. And not only can you also tune into this game, but also over on Region Sports Nation is Hebron versus Washington Township. That game being played in Washington Township.
Yeah, that's that score I gave you.
You heard Doug mention that score. But both sides come back onto the floor. Chesterton on our right-hand side and Michigan City on the left-hand side. 2.5 minutes to go until the second half. Doug, what are the keys for Michigan City to get back into this one and walk away with an upset win here in Chesterton?
Clean it up. Clean it up. Value the basketball. Don't turn the ball over as much. We can't ask for zero, but you have got to try to get a shot attempt every time down. I know it sounds like Captain Obvious, but slow down. Sometimes you got to slow down to speed up. You know, I know that, but you do. You got to clean up and cut hard and want the basketball and continue to hit the offensive glass, but you just got to clean it up.
And for Chesterton, what do they got to do if they want to walk away with a win in front of their home crowd and start off February with a strong note and try to match their longest win streak of the season?
I think, again, you got to put the ball in the hole. You got to keep the ball in your hands of your best scorers, Picorni, Ray, and, of course, Parrish. And he's going to continue to attack, and he's going to be the key of the Michigan City defensive game plan, I'm sure, right? His name's circled up on the board, but so someone else is going to have to step up. But hit open shots. They're getting open looks. You just got to knock them down.
If you're just joining us, we have 80 seconds until the second half starts. Chesterton leads it by 7 on their home floor. Good crowd still here. They went over to the concession stand, got themselves some popcorn and hot dogs. They're coming back, getting back into their seats. And you know they're going to be loud and proud for the second half. And Michigan City, they got to be prepared for that. There's nothing like that home court advantage. And Chesterton, because of their recent success, have been able to build this following that goes with them wherever they go. But Michigan City, they have passionate fans of their own.
Absolutely. On both sides of the floor, both gyms. That's why, it's kind of like the Big Ten, and we've talked about it before. You got to win the home games, and you got to try to get a couple on the road. That's how you win that title. But, Purdue's tough to beat at home at Purdue, and the same way here. Chesterton's very tough to beat here. And it's because of that crowd, like you mentioned, that crowd support.
You must have been watching that game last night, Northwestern Purdue, an instant classic.
That was a lot of not too many defensive notes from that game, right? There's a lot of points scored, but a lot of people are a little scratching their head about the officiating too, right? If you're a Doug Collins fan, that's basketball, but you got to win. You got to win on the road if you want to win the Doolin.
And that's what Michigan City has to figure it out right here. Michigan City is 2-2 on the road this year. Chesterton, they've been tough to beat at home. They are 6-2 at home as we get set. Chesterton's won their last 2 games against Lake Central and Hanover Central. The game at Hanover Central was a boat race. They won 60-28 for Michigan City. They concluded the month 2-3, going 0-2 in conference action. The 2 conference losses to Crown Point to start the month, and then against Portage to close out the month. Their last win was against Hammond Morton, where they won by 15. And we're set for more basketball. Here we go, Doug. One more half to go. Michigan City and Chesterton. Briggs going up with the left hand, and Briggs with a big boy play to start the second half. That's exactly what Coach Tom Wells was looking for.
Yeah, they got a layup. He went right through Nix's chest there, didn't he? He challenged Nix.
Parrish, he almost went into the chest of Cowgill, but it's Charneski for 3! He dials it up, and knocks it down.
Yeah, again, they're going to be keying on Parrish, so these other guys are really going to have to step up and continue to put the ball in the hole.
We talked about Purdue's win against Northwestern. They key in on Zach Eady, leave other guys open. It's going to be the same effect for Tyler Parrish. Calgill with the move against Charneski, who knocked down the three. Here's Briggs going to the cup, and Briggs gets fouled, and the shot went in.
They call it
but they call him for a travel.
That's that Euro step, and Andrew, I don't know how much basketball you watch and pay attention to all this stuff, but that Euro step has really got confusing for officials. Some people call it a travel all the time. Some people don't. It's all about the back foot, and if you drag it or I don't know.
Thanks, Monty Ginobili.
Yeah, right.
Affecting this entire generation with the Euro step.
Way to go, Ginobili.
Ginobili, the Hall of Fame guard from the San Antonio Spurs.
You could take 8 steps in the NBA, they won't count.
Oh, it's true. Depending what player it is, too.
Yeah.
Parrish losing the ball. Michigan State with some good defense, maybe leading to some good offense. Here's Briggs. Briggs fouled, and the shot rolls off the back rim, but he's still going to get to go to the line for a pair. So he knocked down a pair of free throws earlier on in this contest. If he knocks down both of them, he could make this a 2-possession game.
Yeah, I think Zarnecki was in the right spot. He did well. He stayed vertical, but then he came down right at the end. I don't know if you saw that, but he was there. He was in great position. He just came down.
Where Alan Briggs getting closer and closer to moving into the top 10 all-time in the scoring list for Michigan City. Looking to surpass Shanequan Hemphill, who went to Drake over in Iowa and now playing professionally over in Sweden.
I was going to say, that's a pretty good company in Michigan City. Delray Brooks, and you got some dudes at Tracy Gibson. He's standing out of bounds. That was pretty obvious. But there's some athletes there at City.
Well, Michigan City, we were talking about how Chesterton lost 5 seniors. They lost a key player, an all-time player in the program, and Jamie Hodges, who scored over 1,800 points when he was there. As that is a turnover leading to another turnover.
That's what I'm saying. If you're Michigan City, you got to clean it up. That's unforced. A lot of these are unforced, Andrew.
Yeah, Vakari got very excited that he came up with that steal and made an errant pass. Here's Parrish going up, and Parrish going to get fouled and almost landed onto the drum set.
Yeah, he's in the.
Hey, did you touch my drum set?
Section, don't. It's full Step Brothers reference there, huh?
Is it truly a basketball broadcast until we can mention Will Ferrell and John C. Riley?
You have to. We made it to the third quarter until we got it done.
Was that on your bingo card? I don't think it was.
There you go.
Well, Parrish to the line. But back to Hodges. Hodges was a stud player. He's currently down playing at Weatherford College in Texas. I mean, the guy that was second to him in the all-time scoring list was 994 points behind him. That tells you what kind of player he was, and that's a lot of productivity that Coach Wells has to replace. And he's very confident in the guys he has. He said, I've been coaching for 35 years. I thought maybe I was going to give it a couple more and retire, but I'm seeing this core group, and I don't know if I'm going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah, Hodges was a generational player, wasn't he? He's not one of those guys you can replace with one guy. It's going to take a group of guys to replace that.
3-ball goes in as Alan Briggs, who is a 22% three-point shooter, gave a look over to Parrish, who had fallen out of bounds into the front row. It's a 6-point game with 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, you don't want to do anything silly. You made a 3, get back on defense. You don't want to start a taunting, get a technical or something.
Charnetsky, he responds with his own 3. Starting to look like a 3-point contest out here.
Yeah. Those are layups to some of these good shooters anymore.
Briggs with the hot hand. He knocks it down again.
Yeah.
And that will easily move Briggs into top 10 all-time in Michigan City scoring. He's had a phenomenal career, and he's looking to try and get Michigan City their first sectional championship. Get this, Doug, since 1995.
Yeah, they're due, and they've had talent.
Nathan Nix spins around, puts the ball in, kisses it off the glass, and a timeout taken by Mark Urban of the Chesterton Trojans, as it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here. 5:29 left in the third period. Chesterton leads by 8. But you saw right there Tyler Parrish making the smart play, dishing it down low. Not only is he scoring, but he's setting up his teammates, as Tyler Parrish understands he can't do all this by himself.
Yeah, exactly, and they're clean passes too. You know, it's one thing to pass like to their feet, and it's hard where it's hard to shoot. He's catching it where they can score, and that's a big difference.
So Tyler Parrish trying to put some confidence and instill some of the confidence into these younger guys. Again, Chesterton only has 3 seniors who will be honored tonight: Tyler Parrish, Justin Sims, and Nathan Nix. But after that, it's 4 juniors and 5 sophomores. But you have to wonder, Doug, how many of those juniors actually got playing time a year ago when you had Justin Sims, Tyler Parrish, and then 5 seniors who graduated?
Yeah, they've had Coach Adam White and the JV level has done a really good job. They do a great job developing guys here.
Yes, they do.
Coach Ray and Coach Bethel, and they do a great job, and they do a great off season. So they're going to be getting better as they go.
Elijah Wright with a crossover, looking down at his hands like, where did it go? Here comes the layup, and it's going to rattle in for Josh Davis, as that was Anthony Murphy with the contest, but couldn't deter the confidence in Davis.
Again, this just shows the depth of Chesterton. They're getting after it. They're playing 10, 12 people, and they're all producing.
Well, this marks the largest lead that Chesterton has had. We're back to a 10-point game, 36-26 for the Trojans, the defending DAC champions for the past couple of seasons. As the referee was saying something to Elijah Wright, and coach is going to go down there and inspect what was being said. Inbound pass in to Holly, who turns around and lays up with his left hand, but the foul occurred before. That's going to go on, I believe, Nathan Nix. No, it's Caden Schneider. The referee put up 44, and I got really confused there for a moment. Schneider is number 45. As we see Coach Tom Wells in front of us.
Yeah, he like you said, he's been doing it a while. He knows how to work the officials.
And that will be a block. That play results in another foul on Caden Schneider. Hey, they got the number right that time.
I think that Coach Wells just wanted to know what Danny had to say to his players. Sometimes you come talk to me. I'll talk to my guys. You officiate the game. But sometimes being proactive as an official, you avoid technicals and you avoid things if you communicate with the players some.
There's another steal. Here comes the shot from Parrish. He can't convert. Charneski cleaning it up. Parrish with the fake going down baseline. He goes up and he puts it in. He's going to go to the line for and one. An old-fashioned 3-point play. Foul on Adrian Holly.
That was a great play all around from Parrish. Started with a great head fake. Right, that was a terrible closeout by Michigan City. Sent 2 or 3 people up in the air, and that was a nice strong move to the Parrish where you expect to get fouled. Right, he wasn't avoiding anything. He was going through the contact and looking for that 3-point play.
You already know, Doug, there's some scouts in attendance that are watching Tyler Parrish put on a show. They mentioned that the schools up here in the region, PNW and IUN, already have issued some scholarship offers to Tyler Parrish. Parrish plans to play basketball after he graduates. Justin Sims will be going to Marion next season. He's not playing tonight's game. Michigan City getting set up on offense. They're trying to feed Adrian Holly down low. McCray gets it outside. Pull-up jumper from Eli Wright. And Eli Wright hits off the back rim. And a pushing foul on Isaiah Smoot.
I think Michigan City's got to be very careful right now. The score is kind of getting away from them. And, Chesterton go on another run here. City's got to keep it close. They got to do the best they can to keep it close. They're picking up full court, but I think Coach Wells feels that too. It's on the verge to get away from them right now.
For Michigan City, they have had their struggles against Chesterton. As Chesterton has continued to win against Michigan City. Michigan City got the steal, and Eli Wright gets called for a travel. Eli Wright slammed the ball in frustration as it landed into the lap of Josh Davis.
Anytime you're a ball handler and you kind of back into people, it's kind of, I don't think it's very good. You lose where the defense is, right? And they kind of pulled the chair out from underneath him, and he lost his balance and he traveled. I mean, you got to see the basket at all times, I think.
Well, last year's game between these two was pretty close. Final score was 59-57. But, Doug, what if I told you the free throw differential was Chesterton 25 and Michigan City 3? That definitely will deter the game.
That sounds like last night's Purdue game, right?
It definitely does. Here's the three for TJ Ray, his first attempt, and TJ Ray does not disappoint. It has grown to a 16-point game, and a delay of game warning on number 32, James Sutton. But TJ Ray, whenever they need a bolt of energy, they feed it to their 5'10 freshman guard, who was able to hit another three.
So between him and Picorni, they got them to build on, put those guys in the corner, let a guard go to work, and somebody's got to guard them, and they can both put the ball in the hole.
TJ Ray with the strong steal attempt, and it led to an open three from Smoot, who was not being able to drill it. Michigan City trying to hit the threes to get back into it. But, that's a great move, but because of the move and the late effort by Terrence McCray, it's a 10-second violation on the Trojans.
That was a quick 10 seconds, Andrew. It's like dog years. 2, 4. It's like me counting golf strokes, It's just, you just keep going and going and going.
Doug, you got a 10 there. Well, I only counted 5.
Yeah,
so.
I got 8. Or 9.
I'm not sure which ones you're talking about.
You got a 9er? Did you just say 9er?
3 ball, up and 3 ball, good. Eli Wright on the board, 13-point game.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to fight here. Fourth quarter, try to get it down to single digits.
The attack by Anthony Gonzalez, and the ball's going to roll off the teal shoe of Isaiah Smoot, go out of bounds, and Coach Urban's going to bring Rob Charnetsky back into the game to replace James Sutton.
That's why you want to wear just white shoes. You don't want your shoe to stand out, Andrew. Remember that.
Inbound play from Parrish. Gets it to Watts. Watts was one of the starters. He's got off to a good start. And Eli Wright, who just hit the three, is going to get called for a foul. And Adrian Hawley put his hands on the hips and said something to Wright. I think Wright's coming out of the game, and he is, tucking in his jersey.
A little chirping out there right now.
Starting to get a little intense here.
Yeah, pressure's starting to heat up a little bit. Just play the game. You don't need to talk.
And another foul. And with that, that's the 5th foul on Michigan City. That's going to send Tyler Parrish, of all people, to the free throw line.
Yeah, and he's shooting over 80% from the line for the year. This one guy, you just don't want to send to the line.
Yeah, he's having a 40-30-80 season. That's field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and from the charity stripe. Any coach will tell you, if you want to win some games down the stretch and try to walk away with the state championship, you got to hit your shots from the charity stripe.
It's always good. The guy that's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, you want them to be your best free throw shooter because they're going to have the ball at the end of the game or end of a quarter.
So Parrish hits both. Now will help the free throw percentage a little bit as we have 3 minutes to go. Murphy druffing traffic. He goes for the step back, but a good closeout there by Watts. Good amount of passes happening here, and that result in 2 points. As the benefactor there was Terrence McCray picking up a deuce.
Yeah, nice aggressive move.
Well, hopefully, for Tom Wells' sake, the head coach of Michigan City, they'll see a lot more of those as the ball is lost, and this will result in 2 more points for Terrence McCray. And Coach Urban going to call a timeout and shake his head in frustration. He did not want to see that.
Sometimes when you break it, I think it's a man-to-man pressure. You got to be able to handle the ball, especially if you're Parrish.
And it looked like it might have been TJ Ray on the far side of the floor and went for a spin move, and as he was going down, he hit a wet spot, fell over, and the ball landed on the ground, and Terrence McCray said, I got a good pass for 2 points. I'm going to pick this up and go get 2 more.
Yeah, again, though, it's just I just don't like when you spin and you turn your back. You can't see the defense. You can't see the basket. Well, but there's something, it's called a retreat dribble. You're doing the same thing. Just pull back, cross over, so that way you can see the whole floor in front of you at all times.
Well, how many times tonight have we seen Michigan City turn their back from Chesterton and they come out and try to steal the ball as if they're coming out of a Trojan horse? They come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Again, but if you're facing the basket and facing the defense, you see that coming, Now they're going to come out in a 1-2-1-1 zone press. You got to break this with a diagonal pass, not with a dribble.
Well, we'll see if Coach Urban and Chesterton heard you, Coach. And there's a pass to Charnetsky, and the press is broken. Cross-court pass, and not a good one, as Adrian Holly stole it, and then Adrian Holly goes down. There'll be a travel on him.
Yeah, that's too long of a pass if you're Chesterton. You can't skip. You know, Michigan City's too athletic. You got to go middle and then make that pass. Two passes is sometimes better than one.
Well, I even wrote down the scouting report for Adrian Holly, leaping ability. That jumped out to me. And quite literally right there, you saw him jump almost out of the gym
to get
long,
that ball. Too, right? He's long. He's got long reach. He's probably got that wingspan.
He's a guy you definitely want down low, protecting the paint. Cross-court pass. Watts, who sends it to Nix, a senior, who's the third different forward to get a start this year. Into the corner, and a charge on Tyler Parrish. And who took that one?
23.
That was Isaiah Smoot.
Yeah.
Took one to the chest. 11-point contest. Maybe it takes some good offensive possessions and a charge right there from Isaiah Smoot putting his body on the line to get this team energized. They really haven't had a lot of energy since tip-off.
Yeah, again, it starts with a good defensive stop, and that's what you got to do. You got to start stacking some stops, but you don't. If you're Chesterton, that jump pass. I don't like that jump pass.
Murphy settles for a three. It's too strong, too much mustard on it. Briggs was able to knock the ball away. TJ Ray was there, and there is a foul called.
That's a discipline foul. That's what, 85 feet from the basket, right? Just get back on D. Don't reach in.
Well, because of that foul, Chesterton's going to get to send TJ Ray to the line. TJ Ray shooting excellent from behind the arc in this game, and he's a 77% free throw shooter. And talking about his three-point shooting ability, he came into tonight's contest shooting 43%.
As a freshman.
As a freshman.
I'll take that, right?
This kid is going to be the future of Chesterton basketball as we know it.
There's your next 1,000-point scorer, right? Probably.
Well, they've seen the 7th already this year with Tyler Parrish, the 8th in Justin Sims. And somewhere down the line, maybe TJ Ray will be the 9th to etch his name into 1,000-point history. Three from Allen Briggs is pure.
Yeah, just stepping into it. They are down to single-digit lead.
Yeah, it's a 9-point game. The 100 seconds in the third quarter, and another steal.
What do you do?
Cookies from Michigan City.
Turned his back.
Can Briggs do it again? Oh, no. An air ball.
That's not
a steal. Michigan City is speeding up Chesterton, getting these turnovers. Adrian Holly's going to get it, and before he can even settle into the post, Charnetsky is going to get a foul called on him, and he's trying to get an explanation.
No, I think he was mad at his buddies. He's pulling his teammates together, and you got to get back on D. That was a mismatch there.
Well, that's the third foul on Charnetsky, but the 5th on Chesterton, most importantly. So 2 free throws coming up for Adrian Holly, a kid that scored 10 points in the last game against Portage, and he gets a friendly roll there, shooter's touch from the forward, starting for Michigan City tonight.
Down to an 8-point lead.
Slowly but surely, Michigan City getting back into it. You never know what's going to happen given in Indiana basketball. The press still being implemented by Tom Wells. And Chesterton's going to break that pretty easily. Parrish can double team into the corner and wisely throws it off the leg of Eli Wright. Wright talking up with Allen Briggs. They're pumped up.
Yeah, he still picked it up down in the corner. That's a trap area.
It really is, and you saw it right there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Michigan City not happy as Tyler Parrish inbounds it and then goes into the corner, gets the pass right back, and then drills the three.
He rolled. Didn't see it.
Adrian Holly is going to go onto the ground and grab the ball, and then Tom Wells is going to burn a timeout, his second of the night. See if this is a full or 30 seconds, a 30-second timeout. And Doug, last week I was at Gary Westside Leadership Academy. They were taking on East Chicago Central for the conference championship. the Cougars led by 14. Next thing you know, East Chicago, they got some defensive stops. They got some buckets from their key players. They got back into it. Who knows? Maybe that's all Michigan City needs is some more defensive pressure, get some free layups, get their guys some confidence, and they can get rolling and get back into this game.
But then when you get that steal, you gotta value your shot, though,
yes.
Right? We saw a couple where they got a steal, and then they threw up a three right away. You don't need that. You got plenty of time. You got another possession, another chance to score, but don't just fire up the first good shot you get. Value it, move the ball around, and get a good shot.
A lot of settling going on for Michigan City.
You get caught up in the flow. We got to go fast, right? That's what I said. Sometimes you got to slow down a little bit to speed up.
Well, Michigan City's going to inbound it. Briggs up left hand. Briggs gets it to roll. Coach Wells, once again, smacking his wrists to indicate to the referees he thought there should have been a foul there. It's an 8-point game once again as we've been swinging back and forth between an 8-point game and a 10-point game.
Yeah, again, if you're City, you got to stack stops.
Well, no Tyler Parrish on the floor. He's right in front of us, getting ready to check back in as Nathan Nix is going to give it over to TJ Ray. TJ Ray really stepping up in the absence of Justin Sims. He gets into a pack of Wolves, and Chesterton's going to have to reset their offense. At some point, I think maybe they're going to hold it for one more shot. Nice pass from Nix. Here comes Sutton. That was too easy.
Nice cut.
For the Trojans.
Nice movement without the ball, and I think anytime Chesterton can score with Parrish sitting on the sideline, that's a good look for Chesterton.
Briggs has had an excellent third quarter. He scored more than 10 points. He had a couple of threes. Murphy leaves it off to the right. There's 12 seconds, and Wright is going to foul him again.
Not so
Hands
far.
in the cookie jar.
Why foul that far from the basket? But I think that all starts with a great block out there by Nathan Nix. He did a great job of keeping the defender from Michigan City behind him, but that's how that whole thing started. But that's just a silly foul, right?
Well, Coach Wells would agree with you down there.
10-point lead. Relax. You got 8 minutes to go.
Well, Watts is going to get to go to the line. He knocks down the front end of a pair of free throws, making it a 11-point game. There's 11.3 seconds left. So if Watts can knock down this second attempt, Michigan City will get an opportunity to toss up one more shot, and if they can convert it from behind the arc, it will be a 9-point game.
Chesterton's ball coming out in the fourth quarter. It's those little sections right at the end of quarters and beginning of quarters. You got to win those. 11
seconds is ticking away. They're at 8. There's a press going on for Chesterton. Murphy to right from the corner, and Wright hits the three, and it's a 9-point game going into the fourth quarter. Eli Wright committed a lot of fouls, but he made up for it, hitting the three, and Michigan City has some momentum going into the fourth quarter. We're going to step away, and we come back, possibly the final quarter in this matchup, as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
You're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, youtube.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Andrew Mild with Doug Nelson. And Doug, we've had some fun out here, and we got one more quarter to go. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, it's picked up, hasn't it?
It really has.
That first quarter was ugly and slow and kind of herky-jerky. Things have really picked up, and Again, like I mentioned during the break, I think the officials are trying to hang on here. Things are getting a little bit chippy. People are talking. So I think you're going to have a quick whistle. But I think you just got to get in the flow, and Chesterton's got to continue to take care of the basketball, and City's got to get the ball, and then when they get it, value the ball. Get good shots. Don't just chuck up anything that looks good.
Well, 5 seconds into this fourth quarter, and Adrian Holly, who wears the number 5, gets his second foul. But he's played some good defense and clean defense. If that's only his second foul, he's not afraid to get into the chest of the guy that he's guarding, as he's doing right now, to Nathan Nix. And Nathan Nix, I guess, took too many steps there for the liking of the referee, and that will be a travel and a turnover on the Trojans.
Yeah, he kind of drug that pivot foot a little bit.
Well, Michigan City's been doing whatever they can to stay into this game. You got to get a lot of credit to Alan Briggs in that third quarter, who scored more than 10 points, hit a couple of threes as the ball is on the ground, and we're going to see a jump ball, and the arrow is in direction of the team wearing blue.
Very fortunate. That could have been another turnover, right? They got to take care of the ball. A little sloppy with it, a little loose with the basketball.
7:33 to go. It's a 9-point game for Chesterton on their home floor in this DAC matchup. Anthony Murphy trying to get something going. Better late than ever. He's been awfully quiet these first 3 quarters. Holly was open for just a moment, but once again, Adrian Holly's been having a hard time securing the basketball, and that's led to some turnovers for Michigan City.
Yeah, we've talked about a little bit before on this end of the floor. It's about where the ball comes, right? It's hard to catch a ball down by your shins.
Spin move in the lane and a smack. Alan Briggs hits the hardwood, but he's earned himself a trip to the line for 2.
Man, he is tough to keep in front of you. He's a senior, Alan Briggs, but I think on the way, last 7 minutes, he's going to shoot a lot of free throws. I think he's going to. If he has a good fourth quarter here, they got a real shot to come back in this one.
Well, you looked at the numbers, and you saw that he was shooting just 22% from the arc. So you saw Chesterton was sort of laying off of him, but then he hit a couple of threes. Now they're playing back up, and Alan Briggs, he's gone to work in the second half.
Yeah, he's had a really nice second half, and I like his game. Like you said, he's very shifty, too.
Yes.
Anytime you got that lefty, this is something different about a lefty, a little quirky, but he is real hard to keep in front of you.
Like facing a lefty in baseball. Once they go out there, you've never seen him before, you don't know what to do. And that's exactly the same effect with Alan Briggs. He can stop on a dime. And again, we talked about it in the first half. It's his footwork that gets him those shots.
Yeah, he catches it always ready to score, doesn't he?
Well, he's been trying to be aggressive with Anthony Murphy, usually a dynamic duo. Long pass, TJ Ray. Maybe for the first time tonight, could not hit that. There's a football pass. Is that Patrick Mahomes out there?
Yeah.
Body's hitting the floor. I think I saw a yellow flag go out. Is that pass interference?
Is that a yellow flag or a red flag? Is that a catch?
We have to go to.
Let's go to the replay.
We got to replay. Well, the foul is going to go on number 11, TJ Ray, who missed the 3 and then tried to knock away that pass, but instead got underneath the guy trying to catch the ball, and that's a miss. And a rebound by Wright. Wright hit the 3 to close out the third, and he stays hot. He cuts it down to a 6-point game.
Those offensive rebounds, Andrew. I'm telling you, that's a big, big stat to keep track of.
Every time Eli Wright makes a great play, he makes one of those plays where he's too aggressive going for the basketball, and he will be charged with another foul. That's his 3rd, and it's easy for me to tell you, Doug, all 3 of those have been on this side of the floor going for a steal.
Yeah. And it's a little bit late. You're just a little tardy on that, you know what I mean?
Coach Tom Wells is in the ear of the referee closest to us, as we're right behind the benches here in Chesterton. A really good view of the game. Behind the back move by Tyler Parrish. Parrish to Watts. Parrish takes the ball. He backs up. He's getting guarded tightly by Smoot. He's right on top of him. Ray into the corner. Ray going with his left hand. Charneski and the Watts into the corner. Charneski's going to set a screen for Watts. And there's Wright again, who's got charged with a foul. Good pass, but not gathered in by Nix. Nix was able to get the ball and pass it away, but Chesterton was able to burn a timeout. And Coach Tom Wells, to start off this fourth quarter, Doug, has done a lot of chirping to these referees. He's got to be careful. It's a 6-point game, and all it takes is one technical foul.
Yeah.
And that'll be 2 guaranteed free throws for Chesterton, and then an inbound play.
Yeah, he's got to look up at the score. I mean, his team's right back in it. You know what I mean? I know he's trying to fire up his team and fight for his team, but and he wanted that travel down there. He thought Nix rolled over with the ball, and he had a beef. I mean, but it's hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, 2-possession ball game. City's right back in it.
There was one thing I was curious about with Chesterton. You and I already talked about earlier on in the game. We saw the ups and downs, some really stiff competition this year. But there was one thing that stood out to me when we were given the stats by Coach Mark Urban. Chesterton does average 12 assists per game, but something that does linger with them is that 13.4 turnovers per game. If you're averaging more turnovers than assists, that's going to lead to some choppy play, especially in big-time moments as of right now in this fourth quarter at home against Michigan City.
Yeah, again, and I know I keep talking about it, but it's those 3 games within the game, the turnover game, the offensive rebounds, and who makes more free throws. It's that simple. You look, everybody shoots about the same percentage. You know, maybe a couple points here or there. So it comes down to how many shots do you get. Right? You want more shots than the other team. You can't give shots away with turnovers, and you want more shots with offensive rebounds.
Well, there was one thing we also alluded to. We thought maybe the 3-point game was going to play a factor with Michigan City not making a single 3 in their last game against Portage, which led to a loss. And Chesterton's been pretty knocked down all year, but Briggs has been shooting pretty well. Here's Murphy down the lane, and Murphy left it short, trying to knock it away from the enforcer in Nathan Nix.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better shot.
Down the lane, and Parrish throws it down! The roof has imploded off of the gym as the fans are into it now. And another missed shot by Murphy, and a foul on Michigan City.
Yeah,
man, oh man.
That was a little spark plug. Put some energy in the gym here.
Can we clip that one and run it back? I'm thinking I'm going to watch that one over and over again. There it is. Oh, man. What did that rim ever do to him, Doug?
I don't know. That's what he's mean to it, right? He's a senior. That's senior night. He's going to remember that one.
Tyler Parrish, the 6'3" IBCA Player of the Week in District 1, got called for stepping on the line on the other side. Another turnover on Chesterton. Michigan City, if they can hit a 3 right here, they can make it a 5-point game. But again, Doug, you said you don't want to see Michigan City settle for any more 3s. You really want to see them get into their offensive sets and have some good ball movement. Well, Coach Wells thought the offense was taking too long there, and he took a timeout.
Yeah, I think he understands
and it's a full timeout.
He can't. He's done a good job to get back down to 8 points. You gotta get good shots here all the way out here.
We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll come right back as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Welcome back into the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Doug Nelson here with me, and my name is Andrew Mile. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you're staying warm and you enjoyed the sun that came out today. It was a high of 51, but again, we're indoors. It's still basketball season. The weather has dropped down, but stay with us as we will have the play of the game afterwards. And we've had a couple of very good ones. Adrian Holly's block on Tyler Parrish, but Doug, Tyler Parrish, he may have just taken the cake with that dunk he just had.
Yeah, that was, again, on senior night, that's something he'll remember forever, but that was around and over and through people. That was a strong move.
One word I'd describe it with, ferocious.
Yeah, that was
There's a hold. Jalen Watts tacked with the foul there.
A little clear-out play, a little isolation for their post player. I think they feel Michigan City's got an advantage inside. Again, don't settle for that first 3, right? Get the ball inside, work inside out. You know, if it comes from the inside, there's more rhythm there.
Well, now you see Tyler Parrish switch over to Alan Briggs. That was a player they're trying to get going. He had an excellent third quarter, moving to the top 10 all-time in scoring for Michigan City's basketball. A rich history. And that was McCray trying to get a poster of his own, but Rob Charnetsky, with the hair and all, takes one to the chest, draws the charge, and that's the 4th foul on Michigan City.
And that's his 5th. He's done for the night, but he was ready to show Parrish how to dunk right there.
If Terrence McCray would have hit that dunk, this place would have gone silent. Only people that would have been loud are the people to our left. That's all the Michigan City fans right behind their bench. Charnetsky, who just took the charge, catches the inbound, gives it back to Gonzalez. And what was Gonzalez thinking there? 3 from right. It's short. Holly with the hustle play, keeps it alive for Michigan City. Murphy trying to attack baseline, and Nix will tap it out of bounds.
If you're City, there's no reason to hurry.
No.
You did a great job to get a steal. You got an opportunity to get a shot. You don't have to chuck something up that quickly.
Michigan City has trailed for quite some time. They went up 3-0. That was the last time they led. After that, it's been all Chesterton and a travel. Alan Briggs took too many steps before he established his first dribble. And once again, Coach Wells might have his hair tore out by the end of this game.
Just all he can do is sit down and hopefully get another stop. But his feet were moving faster than his brain there. He just continue to get stops.
We might sound like broken records. Parrish from way downtown, and it's going to be no good. Right, going down the lane, quick pass. Briggs settles for a 3 in transition and hit off the front rim, went into the air. Nathan Nix will clear it out, corralling that rebound. Charnetsky pushing it down the floor. Parrish trying to get the baseline with the left hand, gets it out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Nix, and Nix to TJ Ray, the freshman. Wearing the Nike shoes.
Coach Urban's begging his team to slow down a little bit and run some offense, run some clock.
Sutton's going to check in for Chesterton. He has 8 points for the Trojans. And for Chesterton,
he's wide open.
They were about to get it down to Nix, but the ball got tapped away by Murphy. And Nathan Nix, how many travel is that on him tonight? He's had his fair share of turnovers.
Yeah, he's just got to work more around the basket. He was wide open, a little ball fake. And feed the post there. Nix had a little wide open layup.
Well, Nathan Nix is going to take a seat for the moment. Nix was a third different guy plugged into his starting spot this year for Charnetsky and Schneider. But he really ran away with it, and Coach Urban's been very happy with him. Briggs loses the ball, spins up with the left hand, and kisses it off the glass. It's a 6-point game. This is the closest that Michigan City has been in quite some time. There's another press. TJ Ray is able to split the defenders, but he got himself into trouble, and that's a jump ball. And the arrow belongs to Michigan City. And right there, we talked about it all night, Doug. TJ Ray played an excellent game scoring-wise, and for me, that's really the first time that he has made a mental mistake that I can remember.
He's got to stay strong. I mean, if you're it should be Chesterton basketball, but they need to keep their composure. You see Chesterton guys kind of pointing fingers a little bit. Stay composed and do what you do. I mean, you're going to get a wide open layup. If you run your offense, you're going to get an open layup because Michigan City's kind of selling out right now, right? They're really denying one pass away.
We've seen a lot of turnovers in this game, and Michigan City trying to quiet down Parrish. Parrish navigating his way through traffic, getting the pass right back from Charnetsky to reset the offense. Charnetsky is in the corner. Parrish with his third touch already in this possession. There he goes up. He loses the ball. He gets tipped away. He goes into the front row of the band. Briggs goes against Charnetsky, goes into his chest with a fadeaway jumper. Ball being batted away, and a foul on Charnetsky, it looks like, by the way he is reacting, and it is confirmed by the referee.
These coaches are really getting their money's worth into the officials, letting them know, aren't they? I think.
But good job by the referees and not just give techs out.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate when the referees let the players play. Right down the lane,
nice
right,
move.
Scoops and scores. And guess what, Doug? You took the words right out of my mouth.
Sorry,
it's a 4-point game.
What a great game. Long way to go still.
There is still just under 3 minutes to go. Who knows what's in store for us for the rest of this game? And right as Michigan City makes it a 4-point game. There's a foul on Alan Briggs. And it's his third and his team's fifth. That means the Trojans will go to the line.
You know the hard part, too, is once you're fighting, and you get yourself back into the game, it's hard to kind of gear down a little bit. Say, hey, let's just play. Let's keep the guy in front of us. We don't gotta gamble so much, right? It's only a 4-point game, so just slow down a little bit and not reach and not foul. We don't have to gamble. Let's just play good half-court defense here.
Michigan City doing a lot of gambling.
Because that foul wasn't necessary on right here. It was a silly foul.
Well, they're telling the dealer they still want to hit after they get to 19. It feels like every time they get so close.
Yeah.
And then they gamble and lose it all. But it's a 5-point game. Watts was only able to get one of those 2 free throw attempts. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout from Tomwell. So we have to stay here and talk more basketball. 2:41. And Doug, you said it spot on. There's still a lot of time left. As Bill Walton said, if someone told me I had 3 minutes to live, I hope it's a basketball 3 minutes.
Yeah, especially in the NBA with all our timeouts and reviews and everything else. But, Chesterton needs to stay composed. You get the ball into Parrish's hands, spread out, let him attack, let him set a ball screen for him and let him go and put Picorni and Ray in the corners and just be patient. Down here, City's just got to, again, attack the rim. When they've made an effort to get to the rim and penetrate and drive, they get there, right? Just don't chuck something up crazy.
Every story needs a good beginning, middle, and an end. And we're getting really close to the conclusion of this DAC matchup. Thank you for tuning in to the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Still 2:41 to go. Buckle up, fans. If you're a fan of Indiana basketball or just high school hoops in general, this is not a game that you want to miss.
They'll clear out again, the ISO in the post.
And a turnover on Michigan City.
A simple turnover. He's got to dribble down. If you're Michigan City, Elijah Rice got to dribble down and create a better angle into the post. They had to clear out. They just got to get a good look in there.
Well, Wright whipped the pass about 3 feet away from Alan Briggs, who stood no chance. And there's another steal on an inbound. And for a moment, the ball was on the ground, regained by Adrian Holly. Briggs being guarded by Gonzalez. Gonzalez is right there on his back. Murphy trying to get going. This will be a good time, but he airballed a 3. And it's a hustle play. 2 points for Michigan City. It's a 3-point game. And another steal. Briggs going up. Briggs is fouled. He's going to the line. Doug, who can make this a 1-point game foul on Tyler Parrish.
The composure of Chesterton is lacking. And maybe it's not having Sims on the court. But Parrish has got to be a leader here and get the guys together and say, hey, slow down, right? Let's run our stuff. We run good stuff, even against the press. Just run diagonal passing. You're going to get layups on the other end.
Crucial free throws for Alan Briggs, the senior guard. You already know Justin Sims, the senior forward for Chesterton, who is sitting out tonight's game, is on the end of that bench, and he is itching to be in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure it's killing him, but the experience of Chesterton right now, they got to step up and do this on their home court.
Michigan City at times seemed like they were down and out, and that's a credit to their coach, who has 3 decades and a half of experience.
You got to come back to the ball. Somebody's got to act like they want the ball.
Well, TJ Ray's wide open. He's going to lay it up with the left hand.
It's not hard. You just got to stay composed and do it.
He could have taken a trip to the concession stand and came back. He was so wide open. Under 2 minutes. 3-point game. How is Michigan City going to respond after the Ray layup and a clear foul on Parrish? How many is that on the Stars guard?
The 3. Yeah. Again, you got to keep knocking down shots and have great possessions here. Not good possessions, great. You got to pass up good for great. And if you're Chesterton, just do your stuff. You're going to get wide open layups. It's there. Michigan City's selling out on this end of the court.
We already know that Chesterton and Michigan City fans, wherever they're at, tuning into this broadcast, they are chomping at the bit to see who's going to walk away with the win here in Chesterton, Indiana. Even the fans here are starting to lean up a little bit on their seats as they're trying to mess with the composure of Anthony Murphy. Murphy hits both, back to a 1-point game. This is where Michigan City has really stepped up, is with their press. It's been the difference maker. That ball almost went out of bounds. Chesterton having a hard time. Jalen Watts loses the ball. Michigan City has a chance to take their first lead. Murphy, too strong. Murphy rebound, power dribble, left hand, and he gets fouled. He's going to the line. For the first time since they were up 3-0, Michigan City has the lead.
They're just more aggressive right now, Andrew. You've seen it. You've seen it in all sports. The benefits the aggressor. When you're the aggressor, you're taking it. They are taking it to Chesterton right now, and City is kind of they're kind of look at them. Who's leading right now? If you're the Chesterton Trojans, who's your leader? Who's stepping up? Who's the man?
Well, we knew that going into it. It was going to be someone other than Tyler Parrish was going to have to step up without Justin Sims. And you're right, Doug. Right now, everyone seems to be lost out there, especially against this press.
Yeah.
As Michigan City, get this, Doug, is now en route to get their first win against these Trojans since February 6th, 2015. They've lost 10 straight against Chesterton. And Tom Wells runs to his seat before he can talk anymore as a foul is on Michigan City. And this is going to give Chesterton a shot to tie this game or regain the lead.
Still, Andrew, a long way to go. There was a hook. The defender pulled him down from. Nix was making an effort to get the ball, and it's kind of like a hook and a hold. You know, is that call in the league now? But
Nathan Nix misses his front end of the free throws. He's a 64% free throw shooter. Some fans have their faces buried into their hands. They are nervous, and I'm nervous. I'm just a broadcaster. Lane violation. That's going to be on Chesterton. Jalen Watts.
Yeah, Watts moved too early.
And it didn't matter as both free throws were missed by Nix. So right now, Michigan City is still possessing the lead. They're up by 1. 90 seconds are on the board. Here we go.
They're going to spread out Chesterton, try to kill some clock. Both teams are on double bonus.
This is the loudest that the student section and cheerleaders have been. Even the band is getting into it, chanting out defense.
Oh, gosh.
And that will be an offensive foul.
He got him.
Tyler Parrish takes one off the jaw.
Yep.
Parrish is still down. We were right on top of the play.
He took an elbow right to the face. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, Doug, I agree with you. Some of the Michigan City coaches might disagree, but for me it did look like a bow did strike the left side of Tyler Parrish's face. Yeah.
He's kind of ginger,
kind of woozy.
Yeah.
You would hate to see Chesterton lose another player, as both number ones for both respective sides were hand fighting a little bit.
Yeah.
Wright had his hand on his hip.
He's literally holding him.
Parrish was knocking it away. And the referee, good job by him noticing that and trying to calm them down. It's going to get intense here for a minute and 11 seconds.
Sure it is.
We're getting close to just 1 minute left. Tyler Parrish, he's been the hero all night. Can he step up again? Michigan City deploying their two best defenders, Wright and Adrian Hawley. And Eli Wright gets called for a hold. One more and he's done. That was his fourth. But Tyler Parrish going to the line. Parrish is not the guy you want to see camped out at the charity stripe. 80% free throw shooter on the year. He's already made a couple tonight. It's gotten real quiet in the gym.
Sure did, but if you're Michigan City, you got to make somebody else beat you, not Parrish, right?
Any but Parrish.
Run two people at him, trap him, and then don't let him get it back.
58-58, exactly 1 minute is on the board. It is, you can hear a pin drop in the stadium. Parrish misses the second one. Tie game at 58 apiece. Wells not using his timeout. Briggs has the ball, back out to Wright. Who's going to win this contest? There's a young fan in the front row with hands on his head, cheering on for Chesterton.
You're going to run it down and see if he can get a timeout. Maybe run it down to 15 or 10 seconds. No, he's going to call it now.
Wells taking a timeout, implementing that four corners offense. And then this will be a full timeout. We'll step away for a brief second, then come back. I don't need to tell you guys. Don't go anywhere. Tie game, 32.3 to go as you're watching the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
And we are back. Andrew Mild and Doug Nelson as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports, youtube.com/regionsports, and regionsports.com. And Doug, there's a really good reason why Region Sports has their classic games. And I feel like you and I might get archived after this. This game has been a doozy.
It absolutely has, and there's 32 seconds left. There's a lot that's going to happen here in the last 32 seconds. We'll see if he's going to Coach Wells, like I said, might run it down to like 10 and then call another timeout. But, right here you want the last shot. You want to go with about 5-7 seconds. That gives you a chance to get an offensive rebound. But, this is what a great game here, Andrew. A lot of ups and downs in this game.
Can the Wolves spoil senior night here in Chesterton? Anthony Murphy will start off with the ball. He's going with his left, going up against Watts. Into the corner, Smoot. Resetting it to Murphy. 20 seconds. Michigan City is indeed playing for one more shot. And Coach Wells, one of those where you either use it or you lose it. And he might as well burn it and continue to talk with his team, especially after seeing the way Chesterton was playing their defense.
Yeah, again, I would have maybe done it at maybe about 5 more seconds. Just move it for 5 more seconds and then get the exact shot from the exact person you want. You don't want to go too early because you don't want Chesterton to get a chance to go the other way. But again, he might run it down again and call another timeout. But again, I think City can get around Chesterton. I think they have a few guys that can really take the ball and get the ball, to the rim. But I don't want to settle for a 3. I want to attack the rim and put the pressure on the officials, put the pressure on the Chesterton defense, and make them have an impact on the game, but don't just settle for a 3.
You've harped on that all night long, and if you're Coach Wells, I'm hoping he's hearing you, because there's been a few times where Michigan State was so close, then they would settle for that 3. And if you're Coach Urban, what are you telling your guys?
Don't foul. You really got to pack it in. Make them beat you from the field and try to keep the ball out of the paint. We had drills on the defensive side to keep the ball out of the lane. A lot of help early. And play with your feet and do not foul.
We've seen a lot of fouls and a lot of turnovers, but also some really good play by two very good teams in this part of the state. Both teams getting ready for the playoffs come March, and it's really starting to get that playoff feel right now. Eli Wright hands off to Adrian Holly. A low pass. Holly scoops it off the hardwood. Smoot to Briggs. This is the guy you want. 8 seconds. 7 seconds.
But Parrish is guarding him.
Can Briggs win it right here? 3 seconds. Crossover. Going down the lane. He loses the ball.
Don't foul.
And Gonzalez went up for the shot. No foul called. And guess what, Doug?
We got
free basketball.
Well, you made Briggs go to his right, and he's a lefty. And then he got a little loose with the ball in the lane, but he was there. I thought he was going to take one more dribble and go to the basket, but great defensive stop by Chesterton, and you couldn't ask for much more, right?
They didn't foul, as you said, and also Michigan City didn't settle for a 3.
Yep.
You spot on analysis by Doug Nelson.
You got to get the ball up in the air, though. You got to give it a shot.
Right. He instead ran into 3 different Trojans, hit the ground hard, ball rolled away. As we look up at the scoreboard, Chesterton has 58, Michigan City has 58. There's 4 minutes in this overtime period, and
let's catch our breath.
Yeah, let's catch a breath. Do you have any? Do you have an oxygen tank in your bag?
Yeah, right. Let's.
I forgot mine in the car.
Let's take a second here. What a great comeback by Michigan City. A couple times I felt like Chesterton was one basket away from running away with it.
Right. it seemed like every time Chesterton was there to win the game, that's when Michigan City would get a crucial steal or Allen Briggs would hit a crucial shot.
Yeah.
And the Michigan City Wolves, credit to them to even getting this game into overtime. They trailed by as much as 16 points at one point.
Yeah, they just kept fighting. And then, again, and I've known Tom for a long time, but that's a credit to Tom Wells.
Right.
That's what his guy's doing. He kept him in the game. They could have said, all right, well, let's get ready for the next game. He stayed fighting, kept working the refs, did everything in his power. He said, guys, I'm not quitting. You don't quit. I got you. Let's go. So, great job by both coaching staffs. Again, we're very fortunate in Duneland to have great coaches, and this is just a great example of it.
Two programs that hired coaches that have had a lot of success in their coaching career. Mark Urban was the women's basketball coach at LC. He led them to 80-17 record when he was there, took the job here in Chesterton. They've seen a lot of championships come their way. Michigan City starts off with a bucket. Anthony Murphy gets a pass from Eli Wright that was placed right into the chest and for the easy layup. Gonzalez cutting into the lane. Didn't like what he saw there, and Chesterton's going to reset with Parrish. Parrish going up against Smoot. Parrish going with his left hand. Here comes the double team. He's in the corner, and a foul will be called. And if that's on Wright, that would be his fifth and his last.
Is that on number 1?
Yeah, Elijah Wright.
That hurts.
His fifth foul, he's done.
That hurts. Here we're getting into the depth of these teams, man.
Chesterton was dealing with an injury of Sims. Saw a lot of players that normally don't get minutes tonight. And Andrew Vicari was a starter for Michigan City as Eli Wright off to my left hit something, I think. Heard a big crashing noise, and you definitely tell he was frustrated.
Oh, we're all frustrated. We're all competitors, man, but you got to stay composed. You got to be a good teammate now. Your roles change. Now you got to be a good teammate.
Well, because of the foul, Michigan City lost Wright, who started the overtime with an assist, and then Parrish hit 2 free throws. So we're back to a tie game, 60 apiece. Smoot, nice bounce pass, and Adrian Holly, the southpaw, converts.
They're still trying to speed him up.
And there's another good pass. Parrish thought about taking the three. He's going to take one, fall over, not hit anything, and the ball will hit off the leg of Vicari, who had to come in for Eli Wright, who fouled out, and Smoot is slow to get up.
Yeah, Parrish was hoping for a little foul on that three-point shot here. That was a flop. That was a definition of a flop and trying to find contact. But if you're Chesterton still, you got to stay composed here.
Parrish with an open lane going up, and Adrian Holly does get him across his arm. Tyler Parrish goes to the line for the second time already in this overtime period. It's 62-60 Michigan City.
Yeah, again, there's a long way to go here, Andrew. So you got to slow down here. And again, if Parrish shoots 8 or 10 free throws in this overtime, Coach Urban's pretty happy. Like you said, he's shooting about 80% from the line for the year. So he'll take that.
Well, this will definitely not be a game that Tyler Parrish will forget on his senior night. Going into overtime after being up 16 against Michigan City, the Wolves ever so close from spoiling his senior night. One of the best players in Trojans history as Michigan City watches Parrish hit both of them. Tie game again.
Yeah,
who's going to pull away, Doug?
He's just a great competitor. Again, a game like this, you don't want somebody to lose.
Murphy, he was the one that hit that big and one to give Michigan City their first lead after they went up 3-0 in the initial moments of the game. Smoot was going to try and attack the paint there, but they're going to get it out to Briggs, who's getting the play call from his coach. They're just taking their time.
Yeah.
Nobody has moved.
I would like to see Briggs catch it on that side of the floor so he can come here with his strong hand to the middle of the court.
But they might view this as a mismatch, a senior versus a freshman. Briggs versus T.J. Ray. Anthony Murphy gets fed. Yeah, they don't want Chesterton to get the ball back.
That's who Briggs wants the ball, like you said with that mismatch, a senior guard and a freshman.
And never forget that classic game, Crown Point and Valparaiso, where Valpo implied this against Crown Point, just keeping it away from them in the overtime period. And it came down to Sasha Stefanovic hitting that shot from behind the volleyball line.
That was long distance.
It was a long shot by the Purdue graduate. The shot heard around the region in which Crown Point would go on to win that sectional title. Michigan City can smell the upset. Smoot going to his right. Back to Adrian Holly. Holly trying to muscle in, but it's back to Murphy.
Nice roll.
Holly with the roll. Holly, left hand, left is short. Ball in the air. Gonzalez knocks it away.
Yep.
And a foul going on number 23, Isaiah Smoot. And more free throws coming for the Trojans.
Yeah, Holly's got to finish that though, right? He's got to go strong. He wasn't real strong with the ball once he caught it. But Gonzalez is a guy again that hasn't shot too many free throws this year. It'll be interesting to see how he does here from the line.
Gonzalez, a junior guard, going to the charity stripe. Right now we're tied with 1:34. His first one is going to be off.
Yeah, that was. He is 0 for 4. Well, no, that's 3-point line. 1 for 2 from the free throw line coming into this game for Gonzalez.
So now he's 1 for 3, trying to at least get to 2 for 4. And he makes the second one. He splits the pair.
Yeah, that's a big one. Big one for his confidence.
A lot of Purdue fans would have been wanting chicken if they missed both free throws.
They did that at Notre Dame, too.
They do?
Nachos.
Oh, for nachos.
Nachos.
Ooh, chicken or nachos? That's a good question. Well, here we go. 80 seconds. Murphy up. Murphy, no good. And T.J. Ray is there for the rebound. And T.J. Ray is going to get his opportunity to go to the free throw line.
And Ray's a better free throw shooter. Ray's been there, made big free throws.
Once again, it's that sloppy play from Michigan City, leering its head. This is the fourth time already that they sent a Trojan to the line when there's only 4 minutes in this overtime period.
Yeah, fouling 80 feet from the basket. You know, you miss a layup and then you foul. That's not needed.
T.J. Ray hits the first one.
That's giving the other team points, right?
Or also, you don't get to go into your press. That was what Coach Wells implemented to get them back into it, getting those free buckets.
Right.
T.J. Ray, he's got ice in his veins, Doug. He knocked down both of them. It's a 3-point game, full timeout by the Chesterton Trojans. We'll take a quick 30-second break and come right back. And maybe we'll see the conclusion of this game as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. If you're just joining us, where have you been? Chesterton and Michigan City currently in overtime with 1:15 left. Chesterton leads at 65-62. Andrew Mile here with Doug Nelson on the call. And don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the game. Crowell Companies proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. Doug, 1:15 to go. What's Michigan City got to do to walk away with the win?
Get a good shot. You got to finish in the lane, right? Last couple, they've had Holly inside. They got to finish a shot. And they don't have to hurry. They don't need a three yet. And now Chesterton's picking up, and they're going to try to speed them up a little bit. But again, get a good shot. And you've had good shots if you want it. You got to just slow down and take your time.
What's interesting to note, Doug, is that Chesterton, all the 7 points they've scored in this overtime period, none of them have come from a field goal. All of them from the free throw line.
Great back cut. You got to finish.
Smoot for three. Smoot too strong. Watts clears it. There's 3 Wolves on him. Here's Parrish. Parrish to Gonzalez. Gonzalez saw Briggs streaking down the lane to try and block his shot. Chesterton will send their best scorer to the line. He gets fouled, and not intentionally, by Anthony Murphy, as he has both palms up in the air, asking, where's the foul?
I think at this point, City, if Coach Wells and his coaching staff have to have certain people in mind. We don't want to foul Parrish, right? Foul this guy, foul Gonzalez, foul Nix, foul somebody else. Make somebody else beat you. We said that a while ago, but that was a great shot here on this end for Michigan City. You know, again, I still don't think they need a 3 yet. You know, even if Parrish makes this, it's still a 2-possession game, right? I mean, it's a 5-point game if he makes this.
He made both of them. That one hit the front rim and rolled in. The shooter's touch from Tyler Parrish.
Don't need a 3 yet.
Murphy attacking, and Murphy didn't hit anything as the ball goes out of bounds off of Murphy.
He called a foul.
Yeah, they did call a foul. Chesterton has just started camping out at the line. You don't really see the fire over there. They're roasting the marshmallows. They've scored a lot of points from that line in this game and in this overtime period.
Yeah, again, like we said, a lot of their points are, you know, at this point in the game in the overtime, but a lot of the fouls from City were happening this far from the basket. I mean, get down and give your half-court defense a chance to get you back in the game. You know, like you said, that's how you got in the game. A little bit of press.
Well, it's going to be Gonzalez. But Gonzalez, he missed one earlier, and he just missed that one. If he can go 0 for 2, Michigan City, they're still in it.
Sure. Even if he makes it, it's still a 2-possession game.
36.2 to go.
Yeah.
And he missed both. Both off the back rim. Murphy clears it. Murphy pushing it down with the left hand. Almost lost it momentarily. Murphy settles for a 3. And it's Adrian Hawley who's there to catch it in the air, put it back in, and right after it tickled the twine on the way down, Coach Tom Wells burned another timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll stay right here in Chesterton, Indiana, as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Thanks for tuning in into tonight's broadcast. It's going to be a late one, 9:45.
I'm yawning here, Andrew. I'm old. I am 40. I'm in my 40s. I'm not going to say my number, but I'm in my 40s, Andrew. I'm old. It's too old for me.
Well, this has certainly been a fun game that will keep you awake.
Yeah.
A lot of energy by both sides. The Michigan City fans have been excellent here to my left, taking the 20-minute drive over here to Chesterton. Of course, we see a lot of maroon and yellow in the stands, and they sure got their money's worth tonight.
And let me also say our officials have been great. Our officials have been awesome. Christian Flores, Danny Escalante, and Brian Speck, they've done a great job. Like you said, there's a couple times they could have gave out some texts, right? But they did some great officiating. They talked through it, and they don't want to be a factor in the game, right? Let the kids decide the game. So congratulations to you guys. You guys have had an amazing game as well.
Yeah, I think Coach Urban just agreed with you. He gave the thumbs up to the referee by him. And here we go. Parrish going to inbound it. Here's the press from Michigan City. 3-point game, and yeah, that's legal.
Yeah.
You can pass it back in the Ray. Ray can move.
Foul him.
And Coach Urban called a timeout.
Yeah.
The Michigan City Wolves are howling for a travel call on Nathan Nix. And for a moment there, Doug, I thought Nathan Nix had gotten fouled, and that was the guy, if you're Coach Tom Wells, you wanted him to get the ball. He missed a couple of free throws earlier.
Yeah, again, if you're City, you have a couple guys circled. You know who you want to foul, and a foul would not be the worst thing right now.
No.
That way you get the ball back, right? So at least, even if he makes both, again, it's a 5-point game, and maybe you trade twos for threes at this point, right? You got to put up some threes, but I think City wanted to travel there on Nix. And
yes, they did.
He might have traveled, but that's a tough angle and a tough spot right there deep in that corner.
Well, if you're a boss of any businesses in Michigan City and Chesterton, if you see any of your workers come in rubbing their eyes, it's all right. They had a good game. Saw a really fun special needs game right before this. Overall, been a really entertaining night from Chesterton. They put on a good show. Both fans have been very respectful. Referees spot on. This is Indiana basketball at its finest, Doug.
Absolutely. The Doolin Conference, again, there's no easy nights in the Doolin. We said at the beginning, I think there are 6 teams left that can still win the Doolin Conference title, and both of these teams are in it. And they don't want to give that away. Somebody's got to stay back here for City. We've got to watch a long pass.
Chesterton is 2-2 in conference play. Try to move it to above 500 as they've lost to Maryville and Crown Point. And there's a tackle there. Briggs was trying to go for the ball, but instead brought down Tyler Parrish. And Parrish back to the line.
Now he's got 5.
And now Alan Briggs.
You're going to be suiting up here in a minute, Andrew.
Yeah.
There's nobody left. You suit
Well,
up.
I guess I wore the right quarter
right
zip
color.
tonight. Yeah. Blue color. That dark blue, almost purple.
Yeah, if you're City there though, but Parrish is the one guy that couldn't touch the basketball, right? You understand? You did not want that guy to beat you. I'm sorry, man.
Well, it's going to come down to Anthony Murphy, who has had a quiet night for the Wolves. Parrish trying to make this a 2-possession game. Currently 67-64. The first one is pure.
Yeah, he's the one guy. He's the one guy from the line that's been pretty about 80%, right? And you can't let him beat you. But that's what City. That's what good teams do down the stretch. You get the ball in his hands and let him go to work.
How many times have you watched March Madness and saw one team just hit more free throws than the other and walk away with a big win?
Yeah.
5-point game, 69-64. Michigan City's got to hurry up. They're playing against the clock right now. 16 seconds. Murphy, step back. And it looked like it may have gotten hit by Watts. And
what did they call?
They called a foul on Watts. And I believe they got for a 3-point shot. Yeah, indeed. There is no need to foul there.
Holy moly.
Wow.
That's the one thing you didn't want to do.
Yeah, Murphy is a strong kid. He left a couple of shots short. That one, I only think got halfway to the basket by the time it was already descending. The referee was right there, heard the smack, and made the call.
Boy, he makes all 3. You got a 2-point game, right? And again, if you're Michigan City, you cannot let Parrish touch the basketball. It's that simple.
Made the first one, missed the second one. Third one on its way. Once the referee gives the ball back to Anthony Murphy. Parrish?
I'll say Parrish cannot touch the basketball if you're Michigan City.
Well, that's why he's communicating with TJ Ray about who's boxing out Murphy. And so he hits 2 out of 3. Anthony Murphy with a good trip there. It's a 3-point game, trimming that lead. And Parrish gets the ball. Parrish intentionally fouled. An aggressive steal attempt by Smoot, who slid out of bounds. Anthony Murphy with the foul, his 3rd. And if you're Coach Wells, you've already seen 2 of your players foul out. You can't have Anthony Murphy foul out either, but there's 10.1 seconds left on the board.
But again, that's the one guy that couldn't touch the ball. Andrew, I'm oversimplifying it, but that's the one guy for Chesterton that's making free throws. Put 3 people on him. I don't care. Make someone else beat you.
If you're wearing a blue jersey, you should be guarding Tyler Parrish.
He can't guard. He cannot touch the basketball. It's that simple.
Tyler Parrish on his senior night has scored a good amount of points and a lot of free throws down the stretch. And he may have just secured the victory with that trip to the line. Murphy racing. Murphy falling down, and that will be a travel. And Doug, that looks like that could be the end for Michigan City on February 1st, 2024 on this 38-degree night.
What a great ball game, though, huh?
I agree. Football pass, Parrish jumps up, and he gets hacked. Smoot went up for the ball, just a little bit shorter than Parrish, and got him across the face, it looked like.
Somebody else fouled out.
And Smoot, yeah, he just fouled out. This will be Davion Davis that will come in for these last 3.5 seconds. And don't forget, after the game, we do have awards to give out. Your superhero player of the game, the play of the game, and then your blue-collar player of the game. Me and Doug will take a quick break, and then we'll discuss who gets the awards. And you can see them on Facebook tomorrow, recognizing these great athletes who put on a great game on this fun broadcast. I don't know if I had more fun calling the game in the last couple of months. And Tyler Parrish has just put the finishing touches on another incredible game.
To get your seniors off the court, is that what he's going to try to do? No?
They're about to throw Caden Schneider in, but he's not, as Rob Charnetsky, with the mullet and all, trying to get these fans into it. As the time runs off the clock, Davis will hoist one up. It's not going to matter. The Chesterton Trojans survived the late comeback from the Michigan City Wolves in a classic Car in the Region Sports Network. Your final tally, Chesterton 73, Michigan City 66. We will take a break and we'll come back. We'll give out the awards, give out some thank yous, and we'll get you our final thoughts before we send you off to bed now that it's almost 10 o'clock here in the region. We'll be back after this break. Don't go anywhere as you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I've received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
This box is small, like Pet Supplies Plus. This one is large, like a big box store. In each, stew and a toy. Question is, which dog will find it first? Ta-da! Moose, no! You were so close.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of service, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialists.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
How far would you go to live another game night in the region? Well, lucky for you, you don't have to go far at all. At Region Sports Network, we have a collection of over thousands of games, ranging from last week to the 1960s. Now, you can relive the thrilling victories, heartbreaking defeats, and all the things that make Region Sports so great. Talk to us here at RSN and help us remember the region. Please visit Remember the Region with the link on the screen or through our link tree found on all of our social media platforms. Hashtag Remember the Region.
And now that we've caught our breath, we can finally wrap up tonight's broadcast as we have some awards to give out. Doug Nelson, Andrew Mild. We have our Crown Company's Lantern Superhero of the Game. It is time to name that superhero player of the game. Doug, who was it?
We go with Tyler Parrish. I mean, he's just a winner, Andrew. You know, the senior night, of course, and he's got more games to play. He doesn't want to be done, but he's just a winner. And he does the things it takes to win. It's not perfect. Sometimes it's, not the most attractive thing, but he does the little things it takes to get done, and that's what he did tonight, especially in overtime.
We also have our Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. And Doug, both of you and I were in agreement on this. We went with Alan Brakes.
Man, I really like his game. That's the first time I've seen him play. 6'2" senior, lefty. Really hard to keep in front of you when he's got the ball, and just he can score in a lot of different ways, and he's our blue collar player of the game. He fought until the very end there until he fouled out, but what a great effort by the young man.
And we got one more, the RSN play of the game. And we picked this one, so I'm going to watch it over and over again because of how nasty it was. Tyler Parrish, 5:50 in the fourth quarter, and, well, he just does this. All the Chesterton fans really got into it after that, and for them, it gave them some energy, and they especially needed it as Michigan City would match that to close out that fourth quarter and tie the game.
Yeah, that just shows his mentality. His attack, his foot's always on the gas, and just makes things happen. Again, that's what seniors do, and that's what he's done his whole career, and that's tonight's play of the game.
Doug, any final thoughts before we give out some thank yous and get ready to go home?
It's going to be an interesting stretch here for the Duneland Conference title, right? There's going to, like I said, there's 6, maybe right now there's maybe 3 or 4 left. I think that has a chance mathematically to win it, like realistically, but it's going to be a fun journey here down to the end here.
Well, some thank yous need to go out to executive producer Chris Ramirez, operations manager Rich Castillo, coordinating producer Zach Miller, and sports director Mike Dewan. Broadcasting crew, Doug Nelson and me, want to thank you for tuning in. This is our producer, Zach Zanelli, and camera, Justin Cole. Guys did a great job tonight. They're behind the scenes. Really didn't get to hear them, but they put on the broadcast. They got some good angles, and you saw that sick replay over and over again. Big thank you to the coaches for Chesterton, Mark Urban, and Michigan City, Tom Wells. The ADs of the respective schools, Jeff Hamstra from Chesterton and Craig Shaman of Michigan City. And, of course, of all the viewers at Facebook.com/RegionSports, YouTube.com/RegionSports, RegionSports.com, and IHSAATV.org. Thank you for tuning into this broadcast of Doon Athletic Conference basketball action. Again, the Chesterton Trojans win on senior night by a final of 73-66. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you for more action on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Centrally located in downtown Indianapolis, the Hampton Inn is just steps away from Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Situated at 105 South Meridian Street, shopping, restaurants, entertainment, and many Indianapolis attractions are in near proximity. Hampton Inn has much to offer, including a hot breakfast, high-speed internet access in every room, as well as a gym fitness center. For reservations, the number is 317-261-1200. The website is hamptonin3.hilton.com. Hampton Inn, Indianapolis, downtown.